Let me know if there's any discrepancies, any issues as we get into this matchup. It's going to be the ninth round, having actually been won out by the side of Zomblers, so they got their choice of sides, and they're going to be sticking on the defense right now, playing it rather passively, just the same. Morrow, only just now getting back to the A-bomb site. He's got nobody else here. He's playing on his lonesome. He's got this body armor to his name. The rest of the utility, as well as the dual Berettas, have been set elsewhere. 2 sets of utility from the T side. Pretty standard play for Vertigo. You get yourself into that bomb site and you hold enough flashbangs to be able to play for a post plant. Somebody's been elevated though. Tezzy, get rid as ever, still removes the head of one and even firing into the smoke for another. Mason never really had an opportunity to even fight into this round now as the bomb is going to be planted, but for how long are they going to be able to stick into this site for us? Says he's patient onto his taps. Only able to find that one more kill. I say only, but that was more than enough. But there's more than enough ammo left into the gun for Cajun to be able to finish off the round and keep his teammate alive as he was getting fire fought. They keep 2 up. They defuse this bomb. And the T's get one more chance to maybe break back the economy of the CTs. They got some kills as well in the mix of that. Brought it down to 2. Certainly not the most impossible of wins. And they are going to be going all in for it. They've got 4 Galils. They've got 1 Scout. A little bit of utility, so it's really going to come down to the early round engagements and the potential pop. I'm playing around with my mic a little bit. Give me a sec. Trying to make it so the gain is like a good level, so the gain is, that's too much gain. I think that's too much gain. Is that what that was? Yeah, alright, well, let's hope that this is it. You might be able to hear my mic through my phone, because that's what I'm using. Oh, it wasn't enough gain. Okay, alright. Well, bottom of the ramp, they're going to be chilling by. Waiting for something to go their way, and a nade will fly right into the dome of Shamalam. He'll eat that one. Yum, yum. Will Camro get checked? He will. This is not quite what the CTs had in mind on this early ramp control, I can only assume. Sticking Camro into that position, hopefully having somebody to be able to cover him. Seeing as they'd since fallen, this is going to be problematic. They're still at least somewhat hesitant to go into the site and scale forwards and quite considerably. So, as the sandbags have not yet been cleared, eventually Homeless flies up, does the damage needed, and leaves it all onto the 1 rifle. Too many bodies really to be able to cobble this one together. He'll fall. Alrighty, this game delivering. The team flawless in their season record may have met their match. It's still early days, but the T side, having found that quick answer back, can now continue to build up a little bit of that cash flow as the CTs were forced into an investment. It's them now boosting up towards this top side of the site, hoping to find somebody peeking down below, but nobody's home. Morrow still just peekaboo, head up, head down. Hoping that somebody eventually makes their way forward, clears it, but then isn't ready for him to peer his Desert Eagle over the top. Cajun tucks to the other side of the sandbags, hoping that his teammate can take the first contact before he gets a chance. Even if he goes down, they should at least be a little bit confused by the position of Morrow after the fact. Now, as he pulls away, the side hall was open. Camro's leaving it, and now Cajun will join him. The rotation's coming in with no info anywhere else. But there they come. Homeless. He'll be on the way, and says he's going to have to be the one to hit the shot, I think. Oh, okay. Says he does not. He actually gets shot through the wall somehow, and Cajun now has to back up a little bit. Still potent with this deagle. One shot is all that needed to connect, but can't. Camero knows the bomb is somewhat separated. There's 20 seconds on this. Luke, has to be worried. The knife was nearly there, but now he just had to line up the 1D. Pick up the rifle and do something with it, because the bomb's not yet made its way to his sight. Eventually it'll pop in towards B, and that's where Camero lies in wait. If he finds the low HP player before he can plant, this might be a problem. The high HP player is done for. The low HP player has been found just the same, put into the dirt. Camero now can tap the defusal, and Gingy, he'll have no choice but to speed up the pace of this peak. And Camero's done it. How is he allowed to do this? Swing from the backside of what Gingy seemingly no idea where he could have gotten away to. Loses his life, and Camero with a massive 4K in a round that they had no right in winning. They left the bomb back in the spawn, and it was close enough to only the B-bomb site, and that's where he was closest to. Worst possible case scenario for the T's. An unlikely victory, snubbed. Even still, that bomb being planted and them continuing to rack up those kills means that Lobotomy Gaming are of no shortage of cash. They're back into it. They want this A ramp. Camero's the only one here. The Sidle player, not exactly active enough with MP9, and certainly not well enough equipped to be able to support him, considering that weapon disadvantage. So now they're going to need to peel back. They're going to need to play for the information game as they hear them make their way up later. Fighting it for Mario. Famas of all things drops 2 guns. Now can be retrieved. Nobody else able to trade back. And that was their safety plan now. Quickly abolished. The fallback of the second body was not enough. G now. Walled off by that smoke grenade. He finds his way into it, but everybody else finds their way out of the round at the same time. He might get that singular kill, but effectively a consolation prize to what is a round defeat. With AKs even still, they lose out. No plant this time around, and consecutively. The first team to put 2 together is going to be none other than Zomblers, the home crowd, keeping their foot into this game off the back of a heroic. That's not even, I don't even call it heroic. An absolutely absurd round from Camero. And even still, the humble king keeps the MP9. He knows what he did before with that A1S, but he dropped it over nonetheless. He knows the economic state of his opponents and looks to be able to maybe shred them through. He might get his wish out mid. He might. Later in the round, if anything. Said he's going to be the first one met with any sort of audio cues. Gingy close, Molly out, nade on top, and Gingy down into the red without even having actually seen anyone yet. Eventually will be put down. Mario's AK's on the scene as well. Able to make this one look relatively easy are the A-bomb site defenders, as they don't let them get close enough to this site to get more than that 1 kill for the second round in a row. 3 to the good of their opponents. And despite having worked the map over towards A pretty well in those first 2 rounds of play, first 3 rounds of play even, this T side seemingly unable to escape being somewhat of a one-trick pony in that regard. If they can make it happen again and again and again, but are simply unable to close out onto the rounds that they do, for lack of a better term, it's going to be them who are SOL for the remainder of this half, because slowly but surely, I say slowly, but pretty quickly, and certainly surely, Zomblers have caught on. Dude, wow. I don't know why, but the settings I have right now, I don't know if it's like always like that, but I didn't even notice. Those stickers look insane. Zaiwu and Breeze next to each other, though? That's a choice. Homeless with the opener. Molotov to the side hall will stall them out for a little while longer, though, and Marrow might be able to go over the top with a flashbang from Camero, who finds a shot through the smoke himself. Makes it easy enough as damage is inflicted on not one, but two of the players over towards the side hole will eventually make their way in. That Molotov is going to be a little bit of deja vu for them as they're still stuck into it. Camero has already found another kill, sending his player up. They have the advantage. They wanted a little bit more, and so does Homeless, who's already found 3, but no more as the nade soars over the top, deals the damage required, and finishes off the round before he can find himself into a post-plant 1v2. With players separated, that could have gotten a little bit dangerous, but it's a world we will only be able to imagine. Camero continuing his run of form from that previous round. He's going to be the opener in this one, but they actually peel a little bit off B. They're a little bit hasty with their movement. Sam needs to be precautious. Camero certainly is. He's not done there. My lord, 11 and 3? I didn't even realize. His damage might not be all that incredible, but he's still finding the kills, and that's really all that's going to matter at the end of the day with $4,750 one-shot, one-kill. He's now having all regrouped. That bomb actually in mid, and Camero has found it. Drops it on his lonesome. Homeless will quickly be dispatched of, and I don't really have all too much hope for the remainder of this round as the transition onto one player to the next from Sam is going to mean damage onto the first and a kill onto the next. He leaves them entirely vulnerable to the dualies of Camero, looking to secure not 3 but 4 kills in the round overall, shooting to the top of the scoreboard for the team, and certainly MVP for this map thus far. It looked like it could have gotten pretty dicey after that failure to convert the pistol round win. They restabilize about as quick as you would like. As quickly as they were destabilized by the buyback. And now it's a waiting game at the top side of the ramp. Morrow is here tucked into the yellow tarp. Says he's trying to support him with a little bit of utility, and obviously the AWP of Camero has been lights out. He's going to be able to zone things through. Posted. Smoke up in his face. No gaps. Trying to maybe find one to play through, but instead can take that first level of contact from Morrow, who is still sitting very patiently for his teammate to fire off a shot or two. Yup, not overcommitted to the angle. He's back in now. Rightfully so. Morrow can activate in just a few moments now as Gingy reserves the right to post up at the top side of the ramp. And Shamalama absolutely ringing the bell of Morrow. Great clear. Not at all too hasty under the scale up into the site, knowing the op was over in that direction. Still clearing the corners required, and that's going to be an all but necessary kill with 30 seconds left. They've got to pop. They've got to make their way through. And with 2 players here, one of them is going to have to be an absolute titan. 1 ADR away from one another are Sezi and Camero right now, as a matter of fact. There's the first smoke to the right. They don't cross prematurely. Sezi gets boosted, and this elevated position could be all that they need in order to get one more back for them. Shooting into the pole initially, but eventually finding the light of Shamalama and finding that 1, 2, 3 through that. What they thought was a protective smoke, but clearly not nearly enough. As Cajun is the distraction, he runs it for Sezi to be able to claim the life of the final. Homeless finds a home among the dead. Rejoining his comrades in the afterlife, only to respawn into what is now a nightmare scenario. Truly in hell at 7-1 with no money to force up anything other than 2 AK-47s and is scattered by 2 players near the $100 mark. Not sure how they want to remedy this, but they've got max round loss bonus. A bomb plant should be more than enough for them to be comfortable into another buy, but a round win and some kills would be even nicer. Nothing really going on in mid. It's mainly the sound cues popping off towards A, and now Kaysen left to try and crack something open towards this B bomb site as Camro is farming. There it is, though. Sniper down. B bomb site with a little bit of a gap. And only says he on A. He's going to need to communicate to his teammates there's nothing else going on. No more smokes, no more mollies, no more flashes, no more players as far as he's aware. And Lukey maybe just trying to get a gun and get at a dodge, or they just all three recommit. The spacing's not great. Either of Homeless or Lukey could have gone down should there have been a player at the side hall or the top side of the site, and that 1v1 would have been a catastrophe. But even still, Homeless is kind of on his own. Luckily for he says he is not one to test the waters where he doesn't need to in terms of overfacing like that, but through the smoke, no shortage of a commitment to a peek. As through the smoke they phase, and Homeless finds not one, but both of the CTs who are scattered from one another. Comes Morrow, though. Hearing one. Sound cues are all they'll need. Not aware of how close the second could possibly be, but knowing that he was the planter, he was either right behind him or on the other side of the ramp. It's going to be the former that catches him off guard, claims them a second round, and even finding the AWP scalped off the body of Camro. In mid, Morrow's really found nothing. He spots his teammate's lifeless corpse at a man disadvantage for the first time in quite some time, as far as I'm aware. At least one that doesn't go untraded. Camro's as fast as ever, though. Injinji might lock horns. Shadow advantage, crouching through. Low enough to where Camro should easily be able to rack to it, and he does. Now, so many question marks left onto the T side, who had gotten themselves into a 5v4, and in the first 20 seconds where they had gotten nothing back, but eventually, all good things must come to an end, so it seems for them. There's the jump. That's been heard. That's easy enough for Camro to stick around. He looked like he wanted to dodge away for a moment there, but now since he's kind of on his own, but they can not cross up to the site any longer thanks to his position there with the gap inside of that smoke. That was entirely unintentional, I can only assume, and it's going to cost them a whole hell of a lot. To be able to support Sezi from that position and for Sezi to be able to see them on their cross, easy enough fights for the both of them to be able to find their 1-2 in the round overall from Camro, so 21 and oh my lord. Dude. Somebody check in PC. This are not normal. This is something else from Camro tonight. Lights out. Sniper rifle undeniably rushing at every peak, around every corner, around every curve. The sniper rifle has been on fire. Luckily, not on fire at the side hole as the Molotov comes through, but it does keep him from being able to take a shot to fire off to help a teammate in need. There's already one has gone down. A recreation of what happened in the previous, where they had that 5v4, and the same will happen after the fact, where they find that first kill, lose out onto the next, and now 5v3. They've got knowledge. That AWP's at B, and as well as another player just a moment ago, that's more than easy enough for Sam to be able to cobble together what the plan is up ahead of them. They are tearing them limb from limb. I say they, it is one man, it is Sam. The army of one is Nick. Next up, the fourth, not the ace, but Sam locks down the B bomb site, which has been vacant for quite some time in terms of the T's. And as soon as they test him, he says, mess around and find out. Camero's had his time in the limelight. The life of a B-anchor is a lonely one. But this time around, company galore. And he handles them and shows them the door as they become unwelcome guests in his side of the map, 9-2. Last round of this first half. And honestly and truthfully, not really seeing a whole lot of innovation. Not really seeing a whole lot of pace changing from this T side. They barely utilized mid. The B presence has gotten them maybe one kill here and there, which, albeit, they have made good off of when they've gotten to it, but not consistently enough for me to think that they're in this game strong enough. Not strong enough for Morrow, as he's gonna wipe them clean in mid on their change now. A little too late, though. That's it. Surely the bell has been rung as the nade decimates the HP of the final remaining two, and not with an M4, but with an AK looking to remove the heads once again is Sam. They'll give it a chance. Finished off. You say low end, but I'm pretty sure that Gingy, Lukey, and Mason are like pretty like experienced, tenured names in NA. I've seen them in playoffs a number of times. I have to admit I don't know who Shamalama and Homeless are, but even still, regardless of if I know them or if I don't, the fact of the matter tonight is that they are certainly not on their A game, and that's something that we're going to need to see from them if they want any chance into this second half. Dual Berettas at B, stuck at the back of White, and with one player to spot under the cross, and they're coming in. And they're coming in not so quick, but at a pace at which you still got to be worried. Homeless has been a beacon of light, a shining hope, as he only is going to be able to find that one. His teammate holding the cross will do it for him. Nick is back, but not for very much longer. As Cajun puts him in his place. Shamalama onto the flank. He might look to get that bomb planter, but the digits are punched in just in the moment at which he peaks. Oh man, he got this one kill under the pre-retake. Now post-plant, he's got a 1v2 clutch. Knowing where both of them should be posted from, I'm pretty sure. Center site, Morrow was the planter. Now in fact, default, he's got not enough ammo to be able to fire off into the both of them. Nightfall, Morrow, what are you doing? The absolute bad-mouthing. No way is he allowed to get away with that. The one right click brings him an extra 1.5k and an extra round within 2 of closing it out in the CTs. With no money able to really respond with anything other than bits and bobs. It's a matter of a waiting game for the T side now to see where the rest of the opponents activate across the map. Because, oh, they will, and they have to. They've got no other choice. It's all or nothing. Can't switch to number 6. There we go. The scout able to at least fire off a shot, but won't connect. Loses a teammate in that split second that he goes for it. They're not actually slowing down. Agent's up in their face. Agent, I heard, has been giving away some coaching lessons lately. Maybe it's time to hit up his line as he's looking to get a little bit more than even that money made. With one more round between them and the map win following this, there's one player in between them in such a position. The shotgun only able to do minimal damage in medium to close range as Camero plays the movement game. And that is utter domination, a spit into the face of Lobotomy Gaming. And it's looking like a done deal. Man, oh man. One for Lukey, one right back. Camera, not with a sniper rifle, but proficient enough with any gun at this stage in the game, nearing the 30 kill mark, but 25 is about 30 kills in CS2, seeing as it's MR12. Says he losing that gun, though. Letting it loose means that they've got something more to work with and body armor to go with it. Not the greatest of health, but Homeless needs to get a move on. Quality default is good, but the shot into the face. Camera heard me. He wants the 30 bomb, but he'd have to throw this round away to be able to get to that mark, and not favoring the range with the shotgun. Homeless switches to the USP. Pretty strong crossfire of sorts, but not strong enough to crack through what is the impenetrable wall and the unstoppable force that is Zomblers tonight on Vertigo. 5-0 in the season thus far. Brought to you by LCA Gaming and myself, ynoTFPS. I had an incredible time casting this one, and, well, clearly, the players had an incredible time playing it. And I hope to see you guys again real soon, but until then, have a great evening, noon, night, whatever it may be for you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Everything I heard the most.